Shabbat Shalom and welcome everybody. It's so wonderful to be with all of you. Yes, it is. I know some of us have experienced some hard times recently, and it's so good to be able to be together and to bring comfort and strength and share love as we bring in the Holy Sabbath. And I know many of us were away for Thanksgiving, and by that I mean I was. So it's also nice to be back with all of you. And that many of you know I shared in my email this morning that I'm a new uncle, and that it was really a special thing to see new life, and that together we have experienced the downs and the ups in recent weeks. Cantor is with me.
Hello.
And with her guitar, and we're going to get started this evening on page. Cantor, where do you want to start this evening?
I don't know, Yedid Nefesh.
With Yedid Nefesh, a love song for God and for the Sabbath, page 10.
Yedid Nefesh of Harachaman, Yedid Nefesh of Harachaman, Meshachav Eretz Onach Meshachav Yananai Eretz Onach Yarutz Avta Kemoaya Yishtachav Elmu Yananai Muhadara Yeravlo Yediduta Mino Fetsuf Yananai Vechol Ta'am Yananai Yananai
Lechuna Ranana, page 11.
Lechunera. Sorry. It's a little bit sorry. All right, see, Shabbos is how we get to sort of, center ourselves again. Lechuneranena, 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 ladonai, lechuneranena, 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 ladonai. Naria, letzor yishenu, nekad mafanav betoda. Naria, letzor yishenu, bizmirot naria lo. Lechuneranena, 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 ladonai. Lechuneranena, 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 ladonai. Lechuneranena, 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 ladonai. Lechuneranena, 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 ladonai.
And now we're going to turn to Romamu on page 20.
That's a good one. You picked a good one, Rabbi.
I picked the one you usually tell me. So I have learned from your preferences, Cantor.
I guess we can stick other stuff before then in there.
All right.
We'll talk later. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu
lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehar kodsho. We all rise as we turn to page 21 for Psalm 29.
Mizmor leDavid, Havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim, Havu l'Adonai kavod v'ozai, Havu l'Adonai kevod shemo, yishtachavu l'Adonai v'hadrat kodesh, kol Adonai al hamayim, el hakavod hirinim. Adonai al maim rabim, kol Adonai bakoach, kol Adonai behadar, kol Adonai shover arazim, vayeshaber Adonai et arzei halvanon, vayarkidem kemo egel Lebanon v'Sirion kemo v'nre'emim. Kol Adonai chotzev lahavot esh, kol Adonai yachil midabar, yachil Adonai midabar kadesh, kol Adonai yachol el ayalot, vayechesov ye'arot uvehechalo kulo omer kavod. Ay Adonai lama habu yashava yeshev Adonai melech leolam. Adonai oz le'amo yiten, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. Yalai lai 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 lai, yalai lai lai lai, yalai lai, yalai lai lai lai, yalai lai lai lai, yalai lai 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 lai, yalai lai lai lai, yalai lai 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 lai, yalai lai lai lai, yalai lai lai, yalai lai lai lai. And we are seated. Can't you ever do Ana B'Koach? Do you know, I have a melody, but I'm still working on it. It's not quite as solid as I'd like, but do you have a melody for Ana B'Koach
I have
you'd like to do?
15 melodies for Ana B'Koach that I like.
You know, it's interesting. I never grew up doing Ana B'Koach.
Really?
Yeah.
So Ana B'Koach, which is on page 22,
Yeah, so please.
is a special meditation that we often do before Lachadodi. And according to the mystics, all of these words together form one of the names of God. And that's the reason why afterwards it says Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed, which you say after you say the name of God outside of the context of a blessing or prayer or quoting a verse of tradition. Yeah. You want me to do it?
Yes, please.
All right.
Absolutely.
Ana bekoach gedulat yeminacha tatir tzerura. Kabel rina tamacha sagvenu taharenu dora. Nagibor doreshe yechudacha kavavat shamrem barchem tarem rachmam tzitat chatamir gamlem. Chasin kadosh berov tvacha naheladatcha yachid geyelei amcha pnei zochrei kedushatecha shavatenu kabel ushema tza'akatenu yodea ta'alumat. And you can do that many times. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. We're going to turn to Lechadodi and turn it back to Cantor on page 23.
I love it. Thank you.
Oh, it's
Thank you.
it's like a calming, something we welcome God back into our souls as God gives us a second neshama yetera, a second soul to elevate us over the Sabbath. Lechadodi, page 23. We welcome the Sabbath bride, the Sabbath queen.
Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. La 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 la. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmi'anu el ha'meyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem u'tiferet v'liti la 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 lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor haberacha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila la 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 lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Mikdash melech ir melucha, kul mitzei mitoch ha'hafecha, rav lach shevet v'yemek habacha, vehu yachamol alayich emula. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Yamin u'smol tifrotzi, ve'et Adonai ta'aritzi, al yad ish ben parzi, v'nismecha v'nagila la 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 lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. We all rise as we turn towards the door to welcome in the Sabbath Queen. We just take a moment to let go of all of the stresses and anxieties and pains that plague us, and to step into this eternal moment, this moment of peace where God embraces us and holds us in the stillness of Shabbat. Boi v'shalom. Come, our peace. Boi v'shalom, ateret ba'ala, gam besimcha u'tzola, toch emunei am segula, boi chala, boi chala. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, B'nei b'nei Shabbat nekabela la 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 la. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, B'nei b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, B'nei b'nei Shabbat
nekabela.
And we are seated. And well, technically, we're no longer observing Shiva for your mom, for your husband. We are still in the period of Shloshim. And I just want you to offer you comfort from our community, from all of us, to know that you are loved and that you are cherished and that the souls of your loved ones are truly with us and with God always. We turn now to page 27, the Psalm for Shabbat.
Tov lehodot l'Adonai, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulahagid baboker chasdecho, ulahagid baboker chasdecho, ve'emunatcha baleilot, ve'emunatcha baleilot, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulahagid baboker chasdecho, ulahagid baboker chasdecho, ve'emunatcha baleilot, ve'emunatcha baleilot, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Edotecha nemnu me'od leveitcha nava kodesh, Adonai leorech yamin.
We turn now to page 30 for the Mourner's Kaddish. Mourners and those observing a yurtzeit, rise at this time and join with me in these sacred words as we honor the memories of those we love. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah,
Amen.
Be'alma divara kerute v'yamalich malachute, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'zaman kariv ve'imru. Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach le'alam u'lalmei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpawar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudesha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alama ve'imeru. Amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imeromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshevei tevel ve'imeru. Amen. You may be seated. Lori mentioned, thanks to everyone that's joining us online. I can't see anyone in the chat, but I know you're there because y'all tell me when I see you in person that you're on every week, and I believe that you are there and know that your presence is felt with all of us here in the sanctuary. And Lori, you were just telling me about your daughter's wedding. And one of the things that we do as a ritual leading up to a wedding in Judaism, and that we often do, is a ceremony of veiling that happens before going under the chuppah called the bedekin. And I always explain to people it's actually because of what's in this week's portion that we do this, because, our ancestor Jacob, our forefather Jacob, is going to get married, and he's going to get married to his beloved Rachel, and he wakes up the next morning, and ta-da, the person next to him is not the person he thought it would be. And so for this reason, instead of letting anyone else veil your bride, you're the one who veils your bride and says, indeed, this is the person who is the one that I intend to marry. This is the one for me. And every time I tell that at a wedding, people chuckle, and they think that's kind of a wacky story from the Bible, which it is. And I was thinking there's something beautiful about the intention and selecting, all right, maybe there are people saying things. All right, thank you. I clearly had the wrong window open on the iPad. And we'll recognize all of the people who have commented by name shortly. But here's what I can tell you about what we learn from Jacob and Rachel and what happens with Lavan's deception that I think is of such interest to us this week. And that is that when Jacob learns, oh, hey, Helfgots are here, the lights are here, the factors are here. Oh, my goodness. Love to all of you, and know that your presence is felt with all here in the sanctuary. I am envisioning each of your faces floating above the crowd that is here right now. But here's the thing that I wanted to share about what we learn from the example of Jacob. There's a resilience that Jacob shows because he's been working. He negotiated with his father-in-law, Lavan, not a good guy. You know, when it says in the Haggadah, an Aramean tried to destroy my father, it's referring to Lavan and Jacob, right? That the rabbis imagine that this was like the worst of the worst. But even though he negotiated in bad faith, they had made this negotiation. And he had worked 7 years in order to earn the right to marry Rachel. And then what does he end up doing? He works another 7 years. Right? The veil is lifted on Leah, and it's not who he thought it would be. And even though stepping into those next 7 years isn't how he imagined those years would look, he continues to step forward and to continue earning his place in the world. And that when we experience the wool being lifted from over our eyes, when we have that experience where we learn the kind of person Kanye West really is, or the kind of cryptocurrency exchange that FTX really is, or that the illness that has plagued our loved one has taken them from us far too soon. We step into a world entirely different and unexpected from what we had anticipated and thought and known what was true up until that moment. And what we learn from Jacob's example is rather than only complaining to God and to his father-in-law about the unfairness and the injustice of the situation, which, by the way, was unfair and unjust, but also that he continues to labor and to step forward and to make a life of love with Leah and with Rachel. And that because of that, we have 3 forefathers, but 4 foremothers, all of whom our people of Israel come from. And while that may have not been the initial plan, and in all of our lives, the things that occur and that challenge us, it's never what we plan. That even so, God gives us the strength to be resilient like our forefather Jacob, and to step forward into the next day and the next 7 years and beyond, and to continue to live lives of meaning and purpose, even as our situations and struggles and lives and the circumstances, the vicissitudes that menace our lives shape us in ways that we never would have expected. And so know that this community is with you, that God is with you, and that our Torah gives us the wisdom and the strength to step forward each day. Shabbat Shalom. And we turn now, as we're called to prayer by the Baruch Hu on page 39. Please rise.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
And we are seated.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם מלך העולם אשר בדברו מריב הרבים אשר בדברו מריב הרבים בחוכמה פותח שערים ובתבונה משנה איתי ומחליף את הזמנים ומסדר את הכוכבים במשרותיהם ברקיע כי רצונו בחוכמה פותח שערים ובתבונה משנה איתי ומחליף את הזמנים ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם ברקיע כי רצונו ומעביר יום ומביא לילה מבדיל בין יום ובין לילה אדוני צבאות שמו אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב ערבים.
Page 40.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגד יומם ולילה ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Adonai Elohim.
Adonai Elohechem emet.
Ve'emunah, kol sov kam le'nimon. Page 44.
ומלכותו ורצון קיבלו עליהם, משה מרים ובני ישראל, לחנו שירה ושמחה רבה, ואמרו כולם. Ya bye bye bim bim bam, ya bye 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 bim bam, ya bye bye bim bim bam, ya bye 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 bim bam, ya bye 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 bye, ya bye 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 bim bam, ya bye 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 bye, ya bye 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 bim bam. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, Norah tehilot. O Sefele, Norah tehilot, O Sefele, Ma'alechutecha, Ra'u vanecha, Bokei hayam, Livnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze'eli, Anu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Ya bye bye bim bim bam, ya bye bye bim bam. Ya bye bye bim bim bam, ya bye bye bim bam, ya la 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 la, ya bye bye bim bam, ya la 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 la, ya bye bye bim bam. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Hashkivenu, a prayer for peace, page 45.
ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו, ועל כל עמו ישראל, ועל ירושלים.
We rise now for Vishamru, page 46.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה,
Amen.
בהמה דברה קירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכו בית ישראל. בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה
בריחו
לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תאמירן בעלמא ואמרו Amen.
We remain standing in private in silent prayer, beginning on page 47 for the Friday night Amidah. That's recited in silent standing devotion, an opportunity for us to offer whatever expressions and prayers we hold in our hearts, as well as the words of the traditional liturgy on the page.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Ki Atahu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom Ki Atahu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam V'tov Beinecha levarech Et Amcha Yisrael B'chol et u'b'chol sha'ah Bishlomecha Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam
Tasim Leolam.
We're going to offer now a special prayer of healing for all those who are ill. You may be seated.
Mi sheberach avoteinu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing and let us say, Amen.
May the Holy One who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who brought healing and strength to Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all those for whom we pray, including Chanoch Feivel ben Mindel, Zev Asher ben Bela, Abigail bat Sarah, Chayaleh Pesia bat Freadora, Miriam Aliyah bat Mordechai, Esther Friedel Zammel, David ben Gila, Malka bat Hadassah, Peril bat Zipporah, David ben Barbara, Natan ben Tova, Shoshana Sharon bat Chana, David ben Yamin ben Batya, Batya bat Sarah, Shmuel Velva ben Devorah, Chaya bat Devorah, Harav Feivel Hendel ben Belka, Malka bat Miriam, David ben Elisha, Yonah Tzvi ben Hinda, Yitzchak ben Gittel, Leor Yisrael ben Rachel, Batya Rivka bat Sufia, Aviva Chana bat Tova Tikva, Leib Aaron ben Ada, Fegel Bracha bat Michal, David ben Leah, Meir David ben Brindel, Rivkel Shendel bat Chana, Shalom ben Pesel, Chaim Michal ben Yocheved, Eliyahu David ben Yehudit Chana, Shira bat Chaya, Chaya bat Rela, Rafal Chaim ben Sylvia, Saravita bat Esther, Perla bat Esther, Barak ben Bracha, Karen Gaynor, Jan Shear, Michelle Murek, Iris Wiggle, Sandy Goldenson, Bluma Binder, Ina Shear, Bob Sutz, Ari Kenny, Therese Lank, Pat Zalotnik, John Granick, Marty Cohen, and Anna Boardman, and all others who we hold in our heart and who we pray for. May the Holy One restore them to fullness of health, of body, of mind, and of spirit, blessing them, those dedicated to their care, and all others on the journey towards healing and recovery.
Mi shebeirach imotenu mekol habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Refuah Shlema. We rise now for Aleinu, page 56.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, latet kedula liotzev reshit, shelo asanu kigoyeh haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu kor'im umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamalachim hakadosh baruch hu.
Shevota elevavecha ki Adonai hu Elohim. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yihyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. This week we recognize the yurtzites of Pearl Bacall, Ed Bacall's mother, Richard Scheiken, Mindy Factor, your brother, Donna Gropper, Alan Zell's sister and Dina Zell's aunt, Alice Flomp, Rita Schlosser's mother, Sylvia Solomon, Carla Bankendorf's mother, Eva Bartos, Judith Wagman's mother, Harry Goldstein, Bernie Goldstein's father, and Julie Cohn and Steve Goldstein's grandfather, Rosita Rabinovitz, Gary Schindler's mother, George Charney, Stephanie Ansel's father, Molly Levy, Marilyn Fuller's mother, Sylvia Fogel, Brad Chernow's grandmother, Harry Silverstein, Cyrus Schutzbank's father, Shirley Markovis, Harry Weindruck's sister, Ida Jacobson, Myra Guttentig's mother, Linda Breyer, Sherry Kravitz's mother, Max Levine, Nisha Chernomis's father, Raphael Minarski, Judy Searle's grandfather, Chaim Henry Polson, Roberta Wall's father, and Jana Zinman's grandfather, Clara Lupion and Carolyn Krause's mother, Judy Ansel Katsionis, Marvin Ansel's sister, Bessie Ruth and Sandra Trepper Finkelstein's mother, Louis Rosenblum, Barbara Mark Dreyfus's grandfather, Vivian Turgill, Stuart Turgill's mother, Samuel Miller, Trudy Farrell's father, Sylvia Clapman, Jeffrey Hertz's grandmother, Gerald Greenfield, J.B. Barnett's brother-in-law, Seymour Adler, Sherry Cohen's late husband, Sandra Cudler, Marty Cudler's mother, Sarah Shapiro, Esther Shapiro's sister, Dorothy Katz, Josh and Sarah Katz's grandmother, and Lila and Christian's great-grandmother, Lily Green, Norman Green's mother, and my grandmother. And of course, we also remember Danny with love and your mom with such love during this period of their shloshim, and we pray to Hein Nishmatam Tzurot B'Tzura Chayim, that the souls of all of our loved ones past be bound in the bond of life eternal. I invite mourners and those observing a yurtzeit to join now with me in the words of Kaddish on page 58. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah ve'alma divra kerutei ve'yamalich malachutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'v'zaman kariv ve'imeru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach le'alam ul'olmei ulmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpawar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha barich hu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma ve'imeru amen.
Amen.
Yehei shalama rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom b'imar almav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshevei tevel ve'imeru amen. You may be seated. It's also my sad duty to mention that Maris Herzog's father passed away a little bit more than a week ago. I did not mention him before because his funeral will be on Monday, and so she'll be shedding Shiva over the coming week following that. It's now my pleasure to invite from our board Allison Feinberg to share this evening's announcements.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom, Allison.
Since you just brought up Maris Herzog, I just wanted to, I don't know if she's watching or traveling. She was with us yesterday, the congregation at our table for the Jewish Family and Children's Services It's a Wrap. And she was sad because she had this loss, but she was so full of joy and so happy to be with us. And she was doing this amazing mitzvah, and it made me cry. I was so moved by her. So Maris, if you're listening or if you will catch this later, please know how much we appreciate your help. And our congregation, everyone who helped contribute for It's a Wrap, thank you. This family, wow, they're going to have a great holiday season. So thank you back to announcements, sorry. Thank you to Rabbi Green and Canna Rubenstein for leading us in Shabbat services this evening. Thank you to Pam, the lovely Pam in the back, for technical assistance. And of course, Shabbat Shalom to everybody out there watching. And a special shout out to all the teens, the Jewish teens in the Valley that are at an Embassy Suites in Tempe with the BBYO Winter Convention. I've got one there. So Shabbat Shalom to those guys. Kadima will have a sprinkle party with mezuzah and cookie decorating this Sunday, December 4th at 11:45 a.m. The Hammerman Family Lecture with Valley Beit Midrash takes place Monday, December 5th at 7 p.m. here, and that's with Letty Cotton Pogrebin, who's actually one of my favorite writers. So I'm actually hoping to make it. So hope to see you all there. You can register online or check the e-bulletin. Come join for the families with littles. Come join in your PJs and enjoy pancakes at our next Families with Littles Shabbat. It's next Friday at 5 p.m. And you can also now register for the Families with Littles Hanukkah party, which is the annual latkes and lizards. So you can kind of imagine what that means. It means I'm scared of snakes, so I'll have to leave the building after the latkes are served. There's so much going on here at Congregation Or Tzion. There are so many committees to join. I know that membership and marketing is meeting next week. I know that Mishlach Manot for Purim is going to get really going soon. We're going to be having an auction in the spring. There's so much to get involved with, and we definitely could use the help. So check out the e-bulletin. Oh, buy Mahjong cards too. You can do that through Wilcott. So that's it for me. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Allison. Thanks again to all of you joining online. Barbara, Steve, Charlie, Kim, Mindy, Mitchell, Mark, Susie, and so many others. To those here with us, Steve, Allison, Jen, Freddie, Alan, Alla, Laura, Pam, Beck, Cantor, and me. And also the security guard out front. Thank you for keeping us safe. Mario, that's right. And now, Cantor will lead us in Kiddush with a little help from Beck. To Bray Gaffin. Yeah.
Yay! This can either work out really well or be a little dangerous. Should I turn on the microphone?
Cantor, Becky, you ready to do Bray Gaffin?
Okay.
Baruch.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu Mehalam.
Borei Peri HaGafen. Amen.
Wait, there's the rest of
Now
it.
Cantor's gonna-
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikrayei kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim kivanu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim ve'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. Cheers.
L'chaim. That's the good stuff, right, Beck? Oh, yeah.
Thanks for helping us out, Becky. Cantor, what song do you want to do?
Oh, I was kind of feeling I don't know, we're in a good mood, so I'm going to do Shalom Aleichem
Malachei Asharei Malachei Elyon Mimelech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shalom Aleichem Malachei Asharei Malachei Elyon Mimelech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu La 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 Shalom Aleichem Malachei
Shalom
Malachei Elyon Mimelech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu
Marchuni l'shalom
Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyon Mimelech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Barchuni l'shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyon Mimelech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu ay 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 Seitchem l'shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyon Mimelech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Adonai Oz Lamo Yitzan Adonai V'rachat Amo B'Shalom Shabbat Shalom everybody
Shabbat Shalom
Shabbat Shalom
Oi,
Shabbat Shalom Shabbat 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 Shalom Shabbat Shalom.
Hey,
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Have a wonderful one. We'll see you tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel.